time now for the Beer Chill Morning News on this Thursday morning, December 17th, 2015. Good morning to you all on this lovely Thursday morning, December 17th, 2015 here. Here tonight, news and eyes here. And our top story at 7:05 on this beautiful Thursday morning here is the use of a personal email to conduct government business as yet another Obama administration official making headlines, as the New York Times reported that Secretary of Defense Ashton Carter did so for part of his official work for the first months. Baltimore. What happens next is anyone's guess now that the mistrial has been declared in the case against a Baltimore police officer to the death of Freddie Gray. Russian President Vladimir Putin, as always, called the Turkish standing of a Russian warplane an enemy act and rejected international efforts to oust Syrian leader Bashar al-Assad. Sean Colquhoun and Nate Clucky have been waiting outside the TCL Chinese Theater in Hollywood, California since December 15th to see Star Wars The Force Awakens. Very soon, perhaps even this week, the Obama administration is expected to announce the sale of arms to Taiwan, the first since 2010. San Francisco, the unanimous backing of Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen get the Fed's first rate act since the Fed actually crisis to deliver a clear message to expect further rate hikes for Madrid, Spain's next prime minister could be a young pointy-tailed university professor or perhaps a leather-jacketed lawyer who once posed in campaign posters. In London, Britain's Prime Minister David Cameron pictured Warsaw last week faces a tough sell the best of contentions from his European. Hall of Famers Joe Troy and Dave Winfield led a delegation from Major League Baseball and its Players Association on a goodwill trip to Cuba to begin Monday and next Thursday. New Delhi, airport and airline F-14s in India on Thursday began to investigate the death of a technician who had sucked into an aircraft engine in the airport of Mumbai. A Connecticut man charged with murder in his parents in August made a brief appearance at the Supreme Court in Bridgeport. States export block and gun sales to deter watch list. Superintendent Ramon Cortines made the opening call to close LA's Unified Schools as Mayor Eric Cassetti program set of school officials had the decision to make. A professor of political science in Week called in Illinois last Stacey Hart could put administration leave because of the theological claim. In San Francisco, the world's central banks are scrambling to assess the risk of a slowing China's positive economies and appear to be no closer than the most number of observers to working out what is going on in the world's second largest economy. Portland International Airport was rated the highest in overall surface fashion this year among large U.S. airports, while Dallas Love Field and Southwest Florida International Airport tied for the top spot among medium-sized airports. Trader Joe's recalls triple ginger brew bottles after reports of bursting. London, AstraZeneca is by 55% of the privately held biotech firm AstraZeneca Pharma for $4 billion to give it access to a new kind of blood cancer drug, boosting its long-term growth at the cost of the near-term hit their earnings. Okay, look at that stock market report. The Dow up 224.18 points at 17,749.09. The S&P 500 273.07. The Nasdaq 571.13. With a gradual increase in the field of science and technology, new industries are being developed that contribute a lot to the increase in greenhouse emissions. Nepal was devastated by massive earthquakes and landslides that are able to make this year. More than 9,000 people died and tens of thousands were displaced. For the second year in a row, the Arctic is warming at a rate twice faster than in the normal and any other part of the world. Consequently, the walls population in the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean regions are abundant in this area, thin as ice. Humans are about tool use. It's all going to be what set us on the path away from the rest of the animal kingdom, but of course, we're not the only animals who can use tools. And Vasquez Incorporated logo restated that their buy rating shares of adverts incorporated in a research report published on Wednesday morning. And bad country insiders has effectively surgery according to a study. Cancer is mostly a result of external environmental risk factors rather than dandelion, according to a new study published at Nature magazine, which challenges part of the research to the cause of the cancer. Studies found that elderly patients with high-stage renal disease can reduce their chances of developing shingles by half if they receive the shingles vaccine. Take a look at New England slopes in East Boston. A route of 180 north of the Hilton Garden Inn. A vehicle was the first deployed to Polo. Wires were down and operator fled the scene. Peter Childusov is out 7-10. Down after our sports reporter last night. The Boston Bruins played the Pittsburgh Penguins 3-0 at Boston Garden Wall. The Boston Celtics fall to the Detroit Pistons 119-116 here. And last night, the Norton Lancers girls varsity basketball team defeated the Canton Bulldogs 47-44, and the Norton Lancers varsity wrestling team defeated Bridgewater rated 54-25. When the Houston Rockets struggling to get over 500, Christians have been getting service about the happiness of Sarah Center Dwight Howard. After torching Indiana Pacers by 39 points in 34 minutes on December 8th, things began to turn in the opposite direction for Warriors guard Klay Thompson. And Los Angeles Squad driver prospects from the White Sox in a trade on Wednesday that sent Brentford Mason Todd Frazier to Chicago. Peter Childers up is out 7-11 on this. Thursday morning here, time out for a travel report. Let's start right over down with 95 on the northbound side, a little so the east greater stretch. 146 on the southbound side, so for Route 95 down to Providence. 95 on the southbound side, so from Providence all the way out to the 6th connector from 146 here. 195 to the westbound side is so from 114 east part of the area to downtown Providence here. On ramp to 24 northbound from 495. On the northbound side, an accidental expected delays here. 130 on the westbound side, a little slow around the Newport Bridge. 95 on the northbound side, a little slow from North Main Street to Sheridan Route 1 and hit the back again from Plaza Street to Route 128 Canton here. 24 to the northbound side, so from 139 start all the way to Route 128 in Canton here. Route 3 to the northbound side, so from Route 18 to Weymouth all the way to the Braintree Split. 120 to the southbound side, so from 37 to the Braintree Split. 299 eastbound side, and then so from 146 all the way to Route 9 in Worcester here. Mass Park in the eastbound side is for the Freeman Express to the break again from 128 in Western and Newton, and the break again we also brought tolls here. San Francisco Express to the northbound side, and it is from the 128 in Braintree Split all the way out to Mass Ave in Boston here. Typical total of both ends is looking good here. 93 to the southbound side, a little sort of Melbourne hit the break again from Stoneham all the way out to the Zankin Bridge here. Mass Park to the westbound side, so from Logan Airport all the way out to South Boston here. 93 to the southbound side, so from Soberton to the Zankin Bridge here. 128 on the northbound side, so from Route 1 in Norwood all the way out to Route 9 in Wolseley here. Route 120 to the southbound side, so from Route 3 to Burlington all the way out to Route 2 in Lexington here. Route 2 in the eastbound side, a little slow before the Fresh Pond Parkway in Cambridge here, and we got an accident on 93 to the southbound side around Route. The Mississippi Valley Park in Medford, so expect delays here. 120 to the southbound side, so from Reddit all the way out to Route 3 in Woburn here. Route 3 to the southbound side, so from 495 in Chelsea all the way out to Milwaukee here. 93 to the southbound side, so from Bethune all the way out to Lawrence here. 495 to the southbound side, so from 28 and Andover all the way out to 93 in Andover here. Up in New Hampshire, it is looking good in the Granite State, and Maine, you're back looking for New York, and it got some via Pond at 295. Looking good for Portland, Dakota, via Brunswick here. Okay, looking at MBTA alerts here. Subway system looking good. Freeway West Line train 582 is operated 15-20 minute PM scheduled between Wellesley Square and South Station, making all stops. Freeway West Line train 502 and 520 from Worcester is operated 10-15 minutes PM scheduled between Southborough and South Station here. And on the ferries, they are looking good. Peter Childers on 750 on this. Thursday morning, start off on weather report for today at Church rain before 2 p.m. Then rain after 3 p.m. Pennsylvania before 2 p.m. Then Pennsylvania after 3 p.m. 150 degrees. Southwest about 5 miles an hour. Just stations 8%. New Pittsburgh about 3 inch possible. Tonight, rain main before 1 a.m. Pennsylvania before 5 a.m. was low at 40 degrees. East with about 5 miles coming. Company DVD just mentioned 1%. New Pittsburgh about 3.5 inch possible. Friday, Church rain before 7 a.m. Patch Mountain before 7 a.m. was. Most skies got high about 52 degrees. Northwest with about 6 miles an hour. Chance range to 30%. New Pittsburgh about to do less than 10 inch possible. Friday night, chance rain before 1 a.m. Then a slight chance of snow showers between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. Most skies got about 30 degrees. Northwest with about 7 to 11 miles an hour. Chance range to 30%. Little to no circulation expected here. For Saturday, most skies got about 41 degrees. West with about 11 and 17 miles an hour here. Saturday night, most skies got about 28 degrees. Sunday, podcast got about 42 to about 30 degrees. Monday, podcast got about 52 degrees. Monday night, chance showers between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. Most skies got about 42 degrees. Chance range 30%. Tuesday, skies got about 55 degrees. Tuesday, chance showers. Most skies got about 43 degrees. Chance range 40%. Wednesday, chance showers. Plus skies have about 58 degrees and chance range 50%. Currently in Dalton, it is 42 degrees with cloud skies and a humidity 92%. That's going to be it for the Peachtree Channel Morning News on this Thursday morning, 7/17, 2015. Viewers will be have a good morning and a good positive day to you here.